Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the webinar on Candy Bill Description Matching and Auto Price from Master. My name is Rowan de Klerk. I am a technical consultant here at the CCS office in Centurion, a city in the Gauteng province of South Africa. It is my pleasure to present this webinar to you. Today, I will be showing you how to use Candy's Bill Description Matching and Auto Price from Master functionality. We will commence with the basics in order to ensure that everybody is of a fairly similar level of understanding as we go through some of the more advanced functionality. Due to the large number of people logged on to this webinar, we will not be able to answer any questions during the webinar. However, please submit your questions during the session with the provided function on screen. At the end of the webinar, we will collate these questions and send the answers to everybody that registered for this webinar. Please note that the webinar will be recorded and you will receive a link to download it. There is a webinar once a month on various Candy topics. Should you not be able to attend the webinar at a given time frame, then please still register for the webinar, as this will entitle you to receive a recorded copy of the webinar. Let's get started. Before I start with the live demonstration, I will in short discuss the topics for this webinar. Description matching. This is something that can either be done within a job or between a job and a master. In the next slide, I will abbreviate more on the relevant topics. Auto pricing. There are two options when it comes to auto pricing. The first would be to auto price from the master, and the second will be generic auto pricing. For this webinar, I'm going to discuss the following topics with regards to description matching. What is description matching? Description matching within a job and description matching against a master. What is bill description matching? It's useful for the quick pricing of similar items in the bill by comparing them against other similarly priced or described bill items in the job or master. Why use description matching? If there is a high repetition of bill items with similar descriptions in a bill, price codes can be allocated to the first set and matched to the repeats to speed up the pricing process. For example, a bill contains the bill items for two houses. Price the first house and use description matching to price the second house by comparing bill descriptions. When can bill description matching be used? When pricing similarly described items within a job or between a job and its master. I've set up a description matching job for this webinar. I will now access this job. Once I enter the job, I will open up document 1.2, my pricing bill. I will view headings to a heading level 3 to determine the similarities between sections and afterwards calculate the bill. As you can see, this job contains two sections of work. The bill items for section 2 is already priced. Section 3, on the other hand, is unpriced. Let's open up some of the headings that are alike. Underneath these headings, you will notice there are lots of similar items. I will now use description matching to price unpriced bill items by using the already priced items as a source. Even though section 3 is unpriced, the bill items still consist of predefined trades. This is not a prerequisite for description matching, but it can prove to be useful when description matching is done. Later in the webinar, I will demonstrate the advantages of allocating trades before doing description matching. Under the estimating application, click on the application menu Bill Prep. On the Bill Prep menu appearing, I select the bill description matching option. Once it has been selected, two additional options will become available: match within this job and match against the master. For the first exercise, I will select match within this job. Once this option is selected, the description matching document will open up on screen. On the heading of the document, you can see that no description matching has been done as yet. On the left-hand side of the document, you can see the current bill items for this job. On the right-hand side of the document, you are able to see which bill items have been matched within this job. There are two methods which can be used to match descriptions. The first will be to select the document menu Tools, followed by clicking on Match Descriptions. The second method is to simply use the function button Match at the bottom right corner of the document. As I click on the function button Match, the description matching dialog appears on screen. On this dialog, various filter criteria become available to you. I will discuss their features in short. Let's start off with the selection side. Under selection, headings and comments can be included in the search for matching descriptions. When this option is selected, bill items under headings of a similar description will be matched. This can be included as an option to refine the search for matching descriptions. When doing description matching, up to 3 headings and comments can be included in the matching search. Unselect this option if the headings should be ignored when identifying matching descriptions. Under options, extra options are available to try and focus match items. These options can include that trades must match, and there is also the case-sensitive description option available. Unit matching. This is used to determine how to include units when matching descriptions. The smart match picks up units of similar measure. The case-sensitive match differentiates between capital and lowercase letters. Units needs to be exactly the same when selecting the exact match option, and don't match units, the unit will be ignored when filtering. Under options, I'm going to tick the box trades must match. By doing this, it will make the matching more specific and precise. Once this option has been selected, I click on OK. After I've clicked on OK, you can see the description matching has taken place. Notice that the original bill items has become the source to the matching descriptions found on page 2. For example, item A, clearance strip site, has been sourced to item A on page 2 of the bill. As I scroll down to page 2 of the bill, notice that the unpriced bill items become the twins of the priced bill items. For example, item A, clearance strip site, on page 2 is the twin of item A, clearance strip site, on page 1. Another unique feature is when I double click on the source of a bill item, it takes me to the twin. This feature also works vice versa. Note that the bill items on page 3 under the Earthworks heading has not been matched, even though their descriptions are the same as those on the other 2 pages. This was done because of the filter criteria that included the option for headings to match. What are source items and twins? Candy identifies the matched unpriced items as twins to the priced items with a similar description. Candy refers to the matching priced item as the source for the pricing of the twin. The price codes of source items can now be copied to the twins to complete the description matching process. I'm now going to copy the source item price code to twins. This is done by right-clicking in the column header of the Bill of Quantities price code column. On the right-click menu, I select Copy Source Item Price Code to Twins. Once I have selected this option, a dialog will appear asking me to confirm if I want to copy the matched code to the price code. Should you have had existing price codes, Candy offers the option to override them. During this webinar, I am not going to select the override option. I will simply click on Yes. The source price codes have now been copied across to the twins. To confirm the pricing, let's do the following. I'm going to view the pricing bill to a level heading 4. Scrolling through the document, I will open similar sections to show that the pricing matches. As we can see on screen, there's multiple uses of this price code within the bill. Another check is to have a look at the price code listing. For this exercise, I've added bill cross-reference columns to my price code list. This will help me to cross-check that the bill items with a similar description has been priced using the same price code. As you can see, clearance strip site as I mentioned, clearance strip site appears on page 1 as well as page 2 of the bill. Both these items are priced with the same price code. This brings us to the end of description matching within a job. I will now demonstrate description matching against the master. I will price the rest of this job using this process. For this exercise, I've already selected a master which is suitable to help us complete this task. To start description matching against the master, I'll click on the application menu, Bill Prep. On the Bill Prep menu appearing, I select the bill description matching option. Once I select the bill description matching option, 2 additional options become available: match within the job and match against the master. For this exercise, I'll be selecting Match Against the Master. Once I select this option, the description matching document will open up on screen. On this document, you will see a few differences compared to the previous description matching document. The title in the top left corner of the document has changed from description matching to master description matching. This gives us a good indication that we are about to execute master description matching against the job. Other obvious indicators will include the master watermark portrayed across the center of the document. The descriptions of the column headers is also a telltale sign that we are about to implement description matching against the master. Due to the statement at the center top, we realize that no matching has been done as yet. Earlier on, I identified two methods on how matching is done. Just to recap, the methods are as follows. The first would be to select the document menu Tools, followed by selecting Match Descriptions. The second method will be to simply use the function button Match at the bottom right corner of the document. The description matching dialog will appear again on screen. As I explained earlier, this dialog helps refine your search when doing description matching. Once again, I'll just click on OK. After I've clicked on OK, you can see that description matching has taken place. Notice that the master bill items has become the source to the matching descriptions on the bill. Once again, I'm going to copy the source item price code to Twins. This is done by right-clicking in the column header of the Bill of Quantities price code column. On the right-click menu, I select Copy Master Price Codes to Twins. Once I select this option, a dialog will appear asking me to confirm if I want to copy the matched code to the price code. Should I have existing price codes, Candy offers the option to override them. During this webinar, I'm not going to select the override option. I will simply click on Yes. The source price codes have now been copied across to the Twins. To confirm the pricing, let's do this. I will size the job's pricing bill to the top half of my screen. I'm also going to open up the master pricing bill and size it to the bottom half of my screen. I will open the Brickworks section on both documents to view the matched pricing. As you can see, price codes is an exact match on both of the documents. Some bill items under Section 3, Substation and Yard, was not priced. After matching descriptions against the master and the job, item G under concrete did not get priced due to its description being different from items within the job and the current master. This is due to the descriptions not being an exact match. On our master we have C25 concrete in transformer basis. On our pricing bill we have it as C25 concrete in basis. Item G will have to be priced using one of the conventional pricing methods. The master bill can be closed down and the pricing bill can be maximized to full size. Being familiar with the master, I know that some items were priced with rates I received from subcontractors. These rates were generated within my current master's subcontract adjudicator. Let's have a look at what happens to subcontract adjudication packages when matching descriptions against the master. I will open up a worksheet for a rainwater goods item. Looking at the layout of the worksheet, it looks as though it was priced from a subcontract adjudication package. I'm going to open the subcontract adjudicator of this job, and you will notice that there are no packages within. Please take note that description matching against the master should not be used for the pricing of bill items that are linked to subcontract packages. This brings us to the end of description matching against the master. I'm going to cover the following topics for auto pricing from a master. What is auto pricing? Auto pricing from the master. What is generic auto pricing? And generic auto pricing from the master. What is auto pricing? This function is used by individuals who have a structured price code list that refers and abbreviates the bill item's description. A structured price code will allow the user to easily identify and locate the correct price code by virtue of the description. This process will insert the master's price code worksheet against the corresponding job's price code. This function only works if the job price codes exist in the master and the job's price codes are without worksheets. Existing worksheets will not be overwritten. For this webinar, I have set up an auto pricing job. I'm going to access my auto pricing job. I'll open up the pricing bill and close all headings to a level 1. Section 2 is already priced. Section 3, on the other hand, is unpriced. I'm going to use auto pricing from the master to price unpriced bill items within this specific job. You can see that the items under the heading Earthworks are unpriced. Before I start with auto pricing, I need to customize some bill options. On the pricing bill, I select the document menu Tools. Once I've clicked on Tools, a document menu will appear on this document and I will click on Bill Options. For this example to work, it is vital to ensure that the auto price when allocating master price code function is unticked. Now that I have done this check, I can close down the bill options dialog. Before I start with the auto pricing, I need to ensure that a master is put in place. I've already taken the liberty to select a master which has been structured for this webinar exercise. This process requires master price codes to be entered against unpriced bill items. This will normally happen when the estimator is confident with the price code coding structure that he or she has in place so as to prevent misallocations. Many of the Candy users that use all the versions of Candy will find comfort in using this process, seeing that it was best suited to the system structure at the time. I'm now going to allocate price codes to the unpriced earthworks items. Note that as I allocate the price codes description from the master populates. This will also assist me in determining the accuracy of my description. Now that the price codes are allocated, I can select the range of price code that needs to be auto-priced. By right-clicking on the highlighted section, a right-click menu will appear. On this right-click menu, I select Auto Price from Master. On completion of this action, a dialog appears asking me to confirm if the selected items should be priced from the master. By clicking on Yes, the unpriced items will now be priced. After confirming that I want the selected items priced from the master, a dialog appears stating that 4 price code worksheets have been copied across. After reading the message, click on OK. The document will confirm the price codes that have been priced. I can print this to use it as a cross-check. This brings us to the end of auto pricing from a master. The final section of this webinar is generic auto pricing. What is generic auto pricing? Generic auto pricing is used when there is a requirement to create a base structure to a worksheet that is going to be similar across a range of bill items. In order for this to work, there needs to be a proper price code structure in place. This will mean that in a trade, there will be price codes that have the first character set of the code that is similar across all bill items. For example, the items in the job would be generically priced with the same worksheet E101. This process will price all 4 of these items with a master price code worksheet for E101. The user will have to ensure that the generically created worksheets are adjusted according to the description requirement. For this webinar, I have set up a generic auto pricing job. I'll access the generic auto pricing job. I'm going to access the pricing bill and close section 2 to a level 1. Generic auto pricing from the master is the option I'm going to use to price the unpriced concrete items. Before any estimating can start, I'm going to allocate price codes to the items I want priced. For this job, I already have a master in place. the master's price code will be used for pricing of the concrete items. I have 25 MPa priced in my master against the price code C35. The worksheet for C35 will be the base worksheet I want copied across all three of my concrete items. All three of these items will start with the price code C35. To start the process, I'm going to click on the application menu, Advanced. On the Advanced menu, I'm going to select Pricing and click on the option Generic Auto Price from Master. This would be the route to follow. Before we do this, I just need to go and allocate my price codes. Again, I can click on the Advanced menu, select Pricing, and click on Generic Auto Price from Master. A dialog is displayed where the level of generic pricing must be chosen. In this example, the level selected is 4. This determines how many suffix passes must be made. The initial two passes will look for the exact matches. This would price C35 in this example. Now the other two suffix passes will pick up the other price codes that start with C35 to a maximum of 2 additional suffixes, which will pick up the other two price codes C3532 and C3533. Once I have selected the level, I click on OK. Upon completing this action, a multiple trade selector appears. I'm going to select the trade Concrete. After I have selected the trade, a dialog appears with a message stating that the items were priced. I'm going to click on OK, and by doing this, a list of auto price codes appears on screen. I'm going to close this list and demonstrate the pricing that has taken place on our bill. The result is that all three items were priced using price code C35. All three codes consist of the same rate. The way to differentiate which rate belongs to which code is to look at the price code's description. I now have a base to start from for each worksheet. All I need to do is to ensure that the price code description must be adjusted to suit the content of my worksheet. Thank you for your time, and I trust that you now have a greater insight into Candy's description matching and auto price from Master functionality. Please remember to email your local CCS office if you want to know more about description matching and auto pricing. We will keep you informed of the next webinar, and remember, if you are unable to join on the selected time, then please still register and you will receive the recording, which you can then watch in your own time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Till next time, goodbye for now.